Steve Moran here with Russell Rush with another senior living sales tip that will help you immediately start getting more move-ins. So one of the things that is a big challenge that a lot of people have is prospects come in and they just don't have a realistic expectation or understanding. What do you do about with these unrealistic expectations?
Well, this is very common in senior living, and it's really the killer of a lot of senior living sales. And there's a couple of reasons for unrealistic expectations on the part of prospective residents, or outlooks, we can say. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. So with the senior themselves, let's say somebody's 85 years old, Steve. In their mind, they may think of themselves like a 50-year-old. So they may not be realistic about where they're at in the stream of time, and the fact they're living by themselves in a home, and maybe they're not happy, healthy, safe because they're by themselves. But in their mind, they're thinking they're just like they were back when they were 50, because in their mind, that's what they're thinking. But really, they're 85. And so that's an unrealistic viewpoint. They're delusional. The children have, or the influencers can also be similar. And the reason why is because as children, it's hard for us to see our parents in a diminished fashion. We've always looked up to mom or dad our whole life. Now mom's 85 years old, she's on a walker, and maybe we still think she's pretty good when really she's not. And so what we found, Steve, is the way to combat these unrealistic or delusional viewpoints is through what we call social proof. It is social proof. It's evidence. So we very kindly explain where the senior is in their course of life and try to explain to them that now they've had too many birthdays and that they're too old and that they need to not live by themselves at home anymore. They need to live in a community where they can be happy, healthy, and safe. So the way to sober these folks up is through information, and the more third-party information you can produce from experts, the better.
So can you give us a short example of that?
Well, there's an excellent book out by Susan Pinker, who's a human behavioral scientist, called It Takes a Village, How Face-to-Face Contact Makes Us Happier and Healthier. I quote from her book a lot. And so I help them understand that when a person gets to be 85 or 90 or 95 years of age, they're an age senior, and they need socialization. So that's an example of using third-party social proof or evidence to help sober up the prospective resident and their influencer. They're interested, or they wouldn't have contacted us in the first place, but they're just not being as realistic as they need to be, and they could just as easily go home and stay home and not move into the community if we don't give them a little bit of information.
That is really great, and I hear that complaint about people a lot, prospects a lot, coming in with unrealistic expectations and walking out just as you described. So thank you very much for this tip for the day. The one thing I want to say, if you're watching this, is that while these tips of the day will make you a better salesperson, if you really want to be a rock star, we are offering soon another full R3R1 Senior Living Sales class, advanced sales class. We would love to have you join us. Just click on the link below, follow, and give us your information, and we will get back to you about when that class starts. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will have another video out tomorrow.